Here's your God Call with Reverend Bill.
The good news is, regardless of what comes up, you are up to the challenge. God wouldn't bring you to it if God wasn't going to bring you through it. So even if it seems unsurmountable, if you're facing something that you have no idea how to deal with, turn to the one creative power that has created everything. Open yourself. Allow that inspiration, that divine knowledge to fill you so that you're guided to take those next perfect steps. You are up to the challenge, and you deserve the success that comes when you surmount it.
None of us start out looking like a jewel. We're all rough around the edges, unfinished, a little jagged too. We're not ready for the rings, not cut out for crowns, a buried treasure waiting to be found. But it takes patience and pressure and feeling lost in the dark, in the hard work, in the hard times, we find out who we are. Something beautiful is taking shape. We can't hurry through these making a diamond days. In the moment, the slow passing, the long and lonely nights, we don't notice all the changes the hammer, the chisel, the struggle bring to life. But somewhere underneath the weight of earth and time, the stone that is a heart begins to shine. But it takes patience and pressure and feeling lost in the dark, in the hard work, in the hard times, we find out who we are. Something beautiful is taking shape. We can't hurry through these making a diamond days. We're all meant to catch the light. We're all meant to catch the light. We're all meant to catch the light. Catch the light. But it takes patience and pressure and feeling lost in the dark, in the hard work, in the hard times, we find out who we are. Something beautiful taking shape. We can't hurry through these making a diamond days. Making a diamond days. These are making a diamond days.
That was beautiful, Susan. Thank you. Thank you so much. And good morning, New Thought Philadelphia. Welcome back to another Sunday morning on Zoom. Fortunately, we all know how to do this at this point. We can respectfully sit in our own homes, perhaps in our own pajamas or on our own couch, with our microphone respectfully muted, except when we're going to be sharing, or during times when we like to join together and make a joyful cacophony. So I invite you to do that now. Go ahead and unmute your microphone and repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open myself to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to the awareness of good surrounding me.
I open myself to the awareness surrounding me.
I know love is right here, right now.
I know love right here,
right now.
And so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
All right, practice one more time with that mute button. And I will tell you that I am Reverend Bill Marchiony. Our music is by our first-time musician from not Medford, New Jersey, but Medford, Massachusetts, Susan Cattaneo. It's wonderful to have you with us today. And our practitioner for the day is Breen Rourke, RSCP, also the president of the Board of Trustees of New Thought Philadelphia. And he is going to take it from here.
Thank you, Bill. Good morning, everyone. Yay, it's a sunny Sunday in Philadelphia. New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. So whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you to our Zoom here today, whatever you're headed next, we've been waiting for you. We welcome you and we bless you. And we believe that there is one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us. And then we each use that very same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. Or as we like to say, our new life begins with a new thought. Take a moment, if you could, and turn off any unnecessary devices. If you got a cell phone, your pager, your fax machine, what have you, just go ahead and turn that off so it doesn't disturb you during the celebration. And I'm going to start us off the way we like to start off everything, with a prayer. So I invite you to just get centered in this moment, this God moment, this now moment, this one moment. Every moment is this moment, because everything, everywhere is from, as, through that one divine intelligence, spirit, power, force, that one creative energy, the infinite field of potentiality that always was and always will be. So I know I'm an expression of that one. So too is everyone here, everyone listening, everyone watching, everyone everywhere. Everything is a unique, individualized expression of that one. So we come here together today to celebrate, to connect, to grow, to learn, to deepen and enrich our experience of that divinity. The words, the music, the ideas, the technology, it's all God in action. And I'm so grateful for all this goodness here and now. Grateful for all these bright lights of God's love shining as New Thought Philadelphia. So I know this good, I claim this good, and I release this word into the law, knowing that it is so. And so it is. Yay. So why do we do that? Why do we pray? Anyone know? Because it works. That's why we do it. So now's the time we like to open up to the community for what we call prayer work stories, so we can hear about how prayer is working in your life. So you can wave on camera, you can jump up and down, you can click the reaction button and raise your little electronic hand. And you can tell me about how prayer is working in your life. Who's up first? Patricia, I see your hand up.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm Sarah's mom. A lot of people know that. And I've been praying for quite some time. for my daughter, Sarah, and my mom to strengthen their relationship. And I'm moved to tears. Wow. The other day, I was talking to my mom on the phone and Sarah called. And I merged all three of us and we were talking, and I had the most delightful, wonderful experience of my mom was expressing herself, and I was a little uncomfortable with what my mom wanted, but I didn't say anything. And Sarah just stepped right up and called my mom out on it. And my mom laughed really hard. And it was like she loved it. And she was like, "That's exactly right, Sarah." And so then my daughter, Sarah, told my mom, "We'll give it up because that's not even going to happen." And my mom laughed even more. And being there to observe the two of them and have that moment of experiencing them having a great time in the relationship, it was my prayers have been answered. So that's what I wanted to share. And I thank you all very much.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Christine.
Actually, Liam.
Liam, what's up, Holmes?
I have a story on how I got this.
Okay.
So, actually, I have two stories, but so apparently yesterday I went to the Pinewood Derby.
Oh, cool.
Show me your car you made.
This is the car I chose. It took me kind of, how much is it? Like probably 20 minutes.
No, like hours.
Yeah, like 1 hour.
Yeah, it took you a while to make it.
And?
Yeah. And when we got there, I came in third place.
Nice.
In last year, last year I never won.
So we went from third place, from not winning anything last year to third place.
Fourth to third.
Yeah.
Nice. Way to go. Congratulations. That's beautiful. Thank you, Liam. Who else? I've got a quick one. I'm in the teaching assistant for the practitioner class that's going on. We're in the second year of a new crop of practitioners, and we pray for each other. We have a prayer list, and was having some challenges with Kendall, Jane's daughter, my stepdaughter. She had a car accident and lots of drama and yada, yada, yada. And I put that in prayer, and things are working out very smoothly and nicely. It's a much better expectation or result than I had thought. So very grateful for that. Yeah, Carla.
Hi, everyone. So this is just kind of silly. You know, part of my spiritual practices each morning is the prayer from unexpected income. And in January, I received $300 of unexpected income. And so far in February, I've received, what was it? $123 of unexpected income. And I have to send my 10% type in for that one. But it's so funny because it just happens and I'm not really thinking about it. And I'm like, wow, oh, my morning prayer. So just like yeah, just like a plug for unexpected income. It's pretty awesome. Thanks.
Nice. That's awesome. Thank you.
And just as a quick plug, we're going to be starting the Unexpected Income Club up again in, I think, 2 weeks. So you all get to join in.
I always tease Bill, if you're expecting unexpected income, is it then still unexpected? Beautiful. Prayer works. Give it a whirl. There's no small in God. There's no big in God. It's all the same. It's all one. So manifest a demonstration. And now we'll go to Sandy with the announcements.
Good morning. This wintry information is on our website at newthoughtphilly.org and in our weekly e-newsletter. Please sign up on the website so we can keep in touch. Twice a day, we have a community check-in and meditation on Zoom. Everyone is welcome. They're inspiring and fun and quick, less than 15 minutes start to finish. Episode 35 of Reverend Bill's Practical Prayer podcast is Ego. Listen on the website or subscribe on Apple, Google, Spotify, or Stitcher. Follow our social media on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and join the 805 members of our Philly Spiritual Adventurers group on meetup.com. Excuse me. The Power of 8 Intention Circle meets Mondays at 7. You can contact me. I'll put my information in the chat. The Women's Circle meets on the 4th Thursday of the month on Zoom. You can contact me for that. The Conscious Creativity Core meets the 3rd Tuesday of the month. And you can contact Chris, I think, for that. On February 24th, Reverend Bill will be the featured guest on Anton's monthly Thought Leader Thursday. It's on Zoom from noon to 1 and open to all. New Thought Philly is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're grateful for your donations by PayPal, check, Venmo, or Cash App. Thanks to the production team and presenters who make our Zoom celebration work, and we have fun doing it. There's a short technical rehearsal before the celebration on Sunday. To join the team, contact Carla Ann. Next week is virtual on Zoom and YouTube. Reverend Bill talks about champions and the most important thing for Super Bowl winners and Olympic gold medalists. Live original music by Avi Wishnia. Reverend Bill and the practitioners offer professional spiritual coaching and practical prayer by appointment. After the celebration, Breen will be available for a quick miracle in a minute prayer at no charge. And we'll leave this Zoom room open for people to talk amongst ourselves after the celebration.
Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, and the meetup group, the Philly Spiritual Adventures meetup group, and the meditations are attracting people from all over the world. We had a young man join us from Albania for the Friday evening meditation. It was midnight his time, and you drop by and you never know what's going to happen. Set an intention, make an invitation, and it comes along. So when we get together in person, and by the way, we will be getting together in person again, as they say, RSN, real soon now. I got to find a place to do it and get the thing scheduled, but we're going to be doing that. When we do, when somebody visits us for the second time, we have a special gift that we give and a blessing that we welcome them with. And our first-time visitors, which we are going to do this time, if there is anybody who is here for the first time and you'd like to identify yourself, wave your hand, and we will welcome you as a first-time visitor. There's Dana, who is a first-time visitor. She is soon to be a resident of 23rd and Market Street, or Walnut Street, rather. Currently, she is in Northern Florida. So that transition is happening. You can privately ask about the wisdom of moving from Florida to Philadelphia in February, but that's going to be completely up to her. So the rest of us, Dana, you're just going to receive this, as is anybody else who's here for the first time. The rest of us are going to rub our hands together so we can feel that warmth, feel that love, and send that out. You are a bright light of God's love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for shining your light and sharing your love with us today. And welcome home. Normally during this, the next song, we would go around the room and hug each other. So COVID, social distancing concerns aside, the fact that we're on Zoom means that instead switch yourself into gallery view and make eye contact with the people we're sharing community with, as Susan does the next song.
Digging in the garden, we search for buried treasure, broken china hiding in the dirt. A yellow rose, the ghost of a teacup, daisies on the hint of a plate, coming up like crocuses out of the earth. And we lay them on the sill in the sun, delicate and fragile everyone. Oh, the beauty in broken things, the beauty we are cut with memories, shattered by our history, left to wonder how we make it through. But look upon a stained glass window, so many pieces bound into one, colors come together in a holy hue. And we carry in us each and every shard, 'cause a life well lived must always bear a mark. Oh, the beauty in broken things, the beauty we can make our world and only feel the edges. We can speak our words and only hear the hurt. Or we can take each day a gift that is unspoken and see the beauty in the broken. The beauty in broken things, the beauty.
Thank you, Susan. That's beautiful. That was just beautiful. So we made mention of the fact that you too can join the production team that puts on this event, whether we're virtual as we are now or in person. And it's as easy as contacting Carla Ann and do that. We have a new member of the team today who is going to be leading us in the flames of faith. And it was not long ago that Winnie stumbled upon us in the meetup. And I think it's been just a couple of months and now part of the group and in the team. And Winnie is leading us in the flames of faith today. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faith come from the one love intelligence. which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. The reading today comes to us by way of Emmett Fox, and it is via New Orleans and Hannah.
So this comes from Find and Use Your Inner Power by Emmett Fox. Look where you are going. Look where you are going because you will inevitably go where you are looking. Where your attention is, there is your destiny. Attention is the key to life. Whatever you really give your attention to, you become. Whatever you really concentrate upon will come into your life. We grow into the thing that fills our thoughts as inevitably as the stream merges into the ocean at last. The Bible says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It does not say simply as a man thinketh, but as he thinketh in his heart, and this means thinking without interest or feeling. It has been said that we grow like the thing we admire, but since we are certain to think a good deal about what we really admire, this is only another way of saying that we become the thing to which we give our attention. This law is often illustrated most amusingly in practical life. The horsey man with his equine looks is known to us all. Kipling speaks of a Newfoundland fisherman who appeared for all the world like a great codfish himself, and Dickens speaks of a pedantic old lawyer who looked just like an animated roll of parchment. Keep your eyes open for these amusing dramatizations, and be sure to take to heart the tremendous lesson that they teach.
Blackbirds fill my head sometimes. Dark words, my mouth gives them wings to fly. Old stories feel like nursery rhymes. You tell each one by heart and I tell mine. I tell mine. You say we belong in a happy ever after, but I hear the song of 420 blackbirds, 420 blackbirds. Ooh, vows come true. You believe in us, so I guess I believe in us too. You're so sure we're gonna make it through, hand in hand like a dish running away with a spoon. You say we belong in a happy ever after. Maybe you're wrong. Say 4 and 20 blackbirds. 4 and 20 blackbirds. Ooh. I hold a pocket full of sighs. You hold me so I won't say goodbye. I wish I may, I wish I might send those blackbirds back to once upon a time. You say we belong in a happy ever after, but I sing the song of 4 and 20 blackbirds. 4 and 20 blackbirds. 4 and 20 blackbirds. Ooh. Ooh.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Susan. Dina's teaching a class and she just had a break and she came into the room here, kind of listening in because it's beautiful. The talk this morning is about metaphysical metaphors. And I love talking about metaphysical metaphors because I like coming up with a word or a description or an idea and then pointing out what it really means. Because words, most people think words are descriptive, and actually words are creative. When we are using our words, they are creating our next experience of life. And that's because belief is causative. Our thoughts are actually causing things to happen in the world around us. Now, the illusion of the world is that the things happen to us and we just have to react to them and engage with them at the level that we're experiencing them. And in this new thought teaching, we understand that there is an infinite creative power that creates everything, including each of us. And then we are using that same creative power to create our lives, which means that everything that's happening is beginning at the level of consciousness or thought or intentionality. And then it's showing up in the world around us. It's really easy to be distracted into thinking that it's just the stuff going on in the world around us. And we're thinking about stuff just because we happen to be able to do that. And I've talked before about some of the phrases that sometimes people use that wind up being causative or creative in their lives inadvertently. Like when we talk about something being a pain in the butt. Well, sometimes people say that something is a pain in the butt. And sometimes they say that it's a pain in the neck. And what they really mean that it's annoying or it's a nuisance. It's not really a pain in the butt. It's not really a pain in the neck. And especially as we get more and more in tune with the power of our words and our ability to set an intention and create a new experience in our lives, those things show up. So somebody who is talking about a pain in the neck winds up in a brace or going to the chiropractor or needing some sort of therapy because they've got a very physical experience of pain in their neck. And Sandy had a prayer work story a few months ago about a dog that she was dealing with, and she kept on saying the dog was a pain in her butt. And then she learned that she should stop saying that because she wound up with an actual physical malady in that part of her physical being. And those are reminders that the way that we're thinking, the things that we're believing, the intentions that we're setting are actually showing up in our lives. When we set the intention that our daughter and our mom are going to be having a better relationship, and we invite that infinite creative power that creates everything to unfold on that particular topic, then we get to get out of the way because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And this is, as we heard from Patricia in a prayer work story today, it can happen right in front of our eyes in real time. This good is always available, and it's coming along. You guys have probably heard the phrase having some skin in the game. And what that means is being invested in the outcome of a project or an engagement or something that we're involved in. And, it's just a saying. And yesterday I was grooming my poodle puppy, and it's the first time I've done the whole thing myself. And I, judging myself, did a really good job on all of the grooming. And at the last minute, I was taking a little bit of mat from the side of his neck and inadvertently clipped his skin. Oh my goodness, my dog had some skin in the game. And we got to go to the emergency vet, and he got he got an extra nap, and he got stitches, and he's lying here with a little cone of shame on his head now. And so there's a different thing unfolding. And it's about the conscious intentionality. Now, I didn't do that intentionally, and I wasn't expecting that the dog was going to have skin in the game. But those are the sorts of things that we can bring into our experience. If you hear somebody saying that, oh, my stomach is killing me, or my arm is killing me, or something else is killing me, then you might invite them to change their phrasing on that a little bit, because it can. It absolutely can. The number of people who I have heard of or known who had been dealing for a long time with heartbreak, who then wound up with cardiac issues, is just astounding. And that's because our words are creative. We are able to create a new experience in our lives by the ways that we're using our words. Sometimes we stumble through our lives saying things like, oh, I always screw these things up, or I can never get ahead, or I'm unlucky at love. And there's an infinite creative power that creates everything, that has been created since the beginning of time. And it only has one answer. It only has one answer. It says yes. As we believe, so it is done. Now, it's not that every random thought that we have is going to create some new experience in our life. It doesn't work that way. If I tell you, don't think about a pink elephant sitting in your living room, first of all, you don't know, don't. So you just thought about a pink elephant sitting in your living room, and you're not creating that. The chances of a pink elephant showing up in your living room are vanishingly small, unless you have a persistent and ongoing belief that there's going to be a pink elephant showing up in your living room. And then one way or another, it's going to. Now, it might be an actual elephant. More likely it will be a sculpture of an elephant, or somebody wearing a pink elephant sweatshirt who comes over and camps out on your couch. There are lots of ways that can happen. And when you're paying attention, you can notice that it's happening. I got a comment from Linda. How about the protective cone instead of the cone of shame? And I use the cone of shame, first of all, because everybody knows what it's called. And also because the surgeon insisted on using that term. I think not to shame the dog, but to shame us into keeping it on and not trying to go out and get one of those inflatable things. Because she told us the stories of dogs who can puncture them or scratch through them. And she says the ones who come back and get the sutures redone are the ones that don't use the cone. So she might have been using her words in a very specific and powerful way, not necessarily on the dog, just on the dog's owners. Could be. To get into the power of our words and the metaphysical metaphors, there's this book written by Louise Hay called You Can Heal Your Life. And she wrote this in the 1980s. And chapter 15 is what she calls the list. And in that is a list of all sorts of physical maladies. And with each entry on the list, there is the metaphysical cause behind whatever that malady happens to be. And there's an affirmation. Let's see, I will read a few of them so that you can get the idea of how these fit together. The book is still available. It is absolutely spectacular. There is a tendency for people who are getting started with the book, and I'll show you, there's a page. So it's got 3 columns there. The first column is the body part or the issue. And the second column is what that represents. And the third column is the affirmation. And there is a tendency for people who are just getting started in working with this teaching and specifically with this book to just read the first 2 columns. Don't do that. Read the third column. The third column is the important one. So we'll look at feet. Feet represents our understanding of ourselves, of life, and of others. And the affirmation for somebody who's having difficulty with their feet, which could be all sorts of things from bunions to calluses to whatever's going on with the feet. The affirmation is, my understanding is clear and I'm willing to change with the times. I am safe. Move a little bit up the body from there. Let me take a look at legs. Because when you hear these things, you go, that makes a lot of sense. So legs carry us forward in life. And you hear that, you go, duh, makes a lot of sense. And the affirmation is, life is for me. And she has a separate entry for leg problems on the lower legs, fear of the future, not wanting to move. And you see they're connected because they're connected. I move forward with confidence and joy, knowing that all is well in my future. So there are dozens of pages of these about skin and scratches and root canals and all sorts of things. Problems with our mouth. A lot of times it's feeling like we're not heard, where it's not safe to speak. And the metaphysical metaphors are astounding because once we understand how something in our belief is showing up in our physical being, we're able to change it. We're able to set a new intention, invite in a new, different experience, and have something different happen in our lives. It is possible to change the experience of our life once we know how to do it. We've got the Beyond Limits class that's going now, and that's our beginning class in New Thought Spirituality. And we've just gotten to the point where the students in the class are doing their first batches of practical prayers. And it is delightful, great fun to watch as these things start to happen. Sometimes in the class, we're looking for some huge transformation to happen in life. And other times, we're looking to have a little bit of a difference, just more to prove that the process works than to get the huge change in our life. And Carla Ann was talking about the Unexpected Income Club. And she started with the Unexpected Income Prayer, which is a short prayer that you do once a day to get unexpected income. And the reason that we do that to begin with is because it teaches the value of setting an intention like that. It also reinforces the importance of the spiritual practice of tithing, because what happens is when you are in the Unexpected Income Program, the agreement is that you'll tithe 10% of whatever unexpected income shows up. So it's not about giving away 10% of your money. This is unexpected income. It's about keeping 90% of God's money and being in the flow and letting that go through. It's a metaphysical metaphor. And what we do when we're saying that prayer and opening ourselves up to unexpected income, the universe starts saying yes. And then a check shows up, or somebody who owes us money that we had written off a decade ago comes back around and says, hey, I think I have this thing. We've heard stories about Edwene Gaines in the 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity has a story that she needed $300 and she just didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, and she needed it because she had to make a payment that day. And through a series of circumstances, she happened to be at her mom's house, and her mom asked her to pick up and to get the mail out of the mailbox at the end of the driveway, which she also never did. And in it was a letter addressed to her, and it was from an old roommate, and the only address the roommate had was her mom's address. And she said, hey, when you moved out, I kept the furniture that we both had, and since then I've sold it, and this $300 is about what I think your share is. So this works. It works spectacularly, and it works all the time on all sorts of different levels, in our physical being, in our finances, in our relationships, in our work, in our creativity, the way that we're sharing ourselves. It works in all sorts of areas of our lives. And it is the orientation, the nature of our thinking, and the content of our beliefs that brings about the change. So in the class, we pray for parking spaces, really great parking spaces. And for some people, that's awesome because they live in South Philly and parking spaces are a thing that's really great to be able to create one of when you need it. By the way, we don't create parking spaces. All of the parking spaces in Philadelphia have existed for quite some time. It's just about having one be open when I'm driving up to it. And, you know, Joe lives on a street with more parkers than parking, and has wonderful prayer work stories about parking spaces. I live on a street where I have a driveway, and there's no shortage of parking spaces. I don't do the parking prayer when I'm just going to be at home. We pray to find money on the ground, not because we're going to be bending over and picking up pennies, but because we want to open ourselves to that prosperity, to know that we're getting the riches delivered to us on a moment by moment basis. And I've told you the story that I started picking up pennies, and then I started finding dimes and quarters, and eventually a couple of different times I picked up $100 bills off the ground. It works. The whole thing works. And it's when we open ourselves up to those possibilities. So what we want to do is identify the change in the experience we want to have, listen to the way that our voice is working. If we're saying, if I've got a pain in between my shoulders and I keep on talking about or thinking about things being a pain in the neck, there's an indicator that I can change my language and change my belief and change my experience. I'm also free to continue to ignore it. I don't have to change anything, and nothing has to change. So that's the invitation, is to understand what it is that we've been thinking, what it is that we've been inviting into our experience, and then decide whether we want to invite more of that, keep going the way we've been going, or make a change. Originally, this talk was going to be about the metaphors that show up so often in the God calls. That's mostly what I do in the God calls, is there's a story and then I turn it sideways a little bit. And we can go down that path if we want to. But what it winds up with is listen to your thinking, listen to your words, understand what the words might really mean if you just listen to them in the clear. And instead of feeling like you're drinking from a fire hose, maybe you'd say that you got more information than you can handle at this particular time. Keeps the fire hose away. Choose well. Invite in something wonderful, because you deserve it. You are wonderful. So it is.
When your faith starts to fray, and that miracle you have been waiting on is worlds away, steady breathing deep, trust that all will be okay. We'll see better days. You've got to hold on to hope. Hold on to hope. When you feel at the end of your rope, tie a knot and don't let go. Hold on to hope. it's unfair and too much to bear. You're hanging on tight as you swing on a life caught in midair. Steady, close your eyes. Feel us by your side. We're there. Our love is always there. Hold on to hope. Hold on to hope. When you feel at the end of your rope, tie a knot and don't let go. Hold on to hope, 'cause there's nothing else to do. The only way out is through. You've got to hold on to hope. Hold on to hope. When you feel at the end of your rope, tie a knot and don't let go. Hold on to hope, 'cause we are here. You're not alone.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bill. So I'm going to lead us in a bit of meditation. And it's funny how things come around in our lives. This past week at work, we've had a couple of reorgs and brought some new people onto the team. And we had a team meeting, and we all had a one-page slide to sort of get to know each other. And one of the questions was, what's your favorite quote or mantra? And of course, I changed the question because it's one of my favorites. I can't pick a favorite anything. I've got so many things that I like. But what I put on one of my favorite quotes is, I mean what I say and I say what I mean. And that was a reference to also this week to Bill's talk. I think that was on the blurb on the website. And it's, from Horton, here's a who, Horton, the great philosopher. But it's really powerful to think about that. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. As Bill said, our words have power. So, and I know that for me, sometimes I'll say things, well, to be truthful about it, I lie sometimes when I say, oh, I can't do this, or, oh, I'm busy with that, or, oh, I'm not feeling well about it. It's like, I think we all do these little things in our lives where we don't want to do something, or we make up an excuse or what have you. And I've gotten better at it. And it drives Jane crazy sometimes when I try to get very specific about words and say what I mean and mean what I say, because I can be a little nutty. But it's important to say what we mean and mean what we say, and use words that serve us. So I think we're going to have a little meditation about words and using words that serve us. So I invite you to get settled wherever you are, get comfortable. I like to sit with my back straight, feet flat on the floor, put my hands on my lap, palms up, and just relax. You can close your eyes or allow them to go to a soft focus. And just be here in this now moment. And just breathe and allow your body to relax. Do a quick scan of your body. Anywhere that might be tense or stiff or holding tension, just allow it to relax. You might even say, relax and be at peace. I release you and let you go. And it's your shoulders or your hips, your lower back. Just relax and be at peace. I release you and let you go. We're going to take a series of 3 deep breaths. We're going to breathe in fully. We're going to hold for a moment and then exhale fully. Breathing in, hold, exhale. Breathing in, hold, exhale. One more, breathing in, hold just a moment longer, exhale. Oh, just feel your body relax. Allow your breathing to find a gentle, even pace, whatever's comfortable for you. Just be. Any thoughts come up, let them come up and let them recede, like the waves on the beach. They just come up and they go. No need to hold on, no need to entertain them. They'll be there when we're done. Just breathe. Allow an empowering word to come to the forefront of your thoughts. What is Spirit speaking to you now? Is it strength? Is it love? Is it gratitude? Is it joy? Is it surrender? What empowering word is in your heart in this moment? I invite you to take that word as your mantra for the next few moments as we go into the silence. Breathing in and out. Just repeat that word to yourself. Let it fill you. Let it wash over you. Let it become you.
Our words are powerful. Our words are powerful because they are indicators of what we believe. They give focus to the thoughts that we carry. And they invite our new experience. And we're free to change. We're free to change the words. We're free to change the thoughts. We're free to change the beliefs and thereby change the experience. So in the same way that our words are creative in bringing that new experience about, our words can also be used to understand the thoughts that we've been having, to inform whatever change or difference or involvement we're being attracted to. And through all of it, that one infinite creative power that creates everything, that one power that has created us, that same power is creating our next experience of life. And we're partnered with it through this conscious intentionality, through our clear use of our words and our expression to be able to invite in something new and wonderful. And so I now know that each one of us is doing that in a way that is uplifting and helpful and joyous and fun and loving and prosperous and healthy and vital and creative and just delicious. For us, for ourselves, for our loved ones, for our family, for our neighbors, for our friends or community, our colleagues and coworkers, our customers and clients, our communities, our countries, and our world. That infinite creative power that creates everything is creating this new sweetness, this new richness for and as and in and through each of us right now. And the words are the focal point. So I'm grateful for these positive, empowering, and uplifting thoughts. I'm grateful for these words of invitation and inspiration. I'm grateful for the newness that's already now coming into being for each one of us. With this feeling of thanks, I speak this word and I release it into that same creative law that has created everything. And I now know without any question whatsoever that it's creating this. This good is underway now. I let it be. I let it be. And so it is. Amen. Take another deep, full breath in. Let it go. Allow your awareness to come back to your body. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe shake your shoulders. As you're comfortable, open your eyes and return to the Zoom world around you as Susan sings another song for us.
Mothers and daughters, cut from the same cloth, we promise our hearts till death do we part in front of the same God. We say I love you, then we say I do, then we spend years saying I'm sorry more than we have to. That's something borrowed, something blue. We've been handed down this sorrow, but we wear it as if it were true. It's something borrowed, something blue. Something blue. Daughters and mothers carry the same scars. We question our worth, what we deserve. We inhabit the same dark. We say I love you, then what do? We put ourselves down, put ourselves ourselves last. Look at our lives, a half-empty glass. That's something borrowed, something blue. We've been handed down this sorrow, but we wear it as if it were true. It's something borrowed, something blue. Something blue. Can we undo what has been done? Is it set in stone who we become? She is my daughter. We have the same eyes. She's quick with a word, quick to feel hurt. Her shadows are all mine. And how I love her, as mothers do. And I'll be damned if I'll make her carry more than she has to. Of something borrowed, something blue. I've been handed down this sorrow, but I swear I won't make it true. It's something borrowed, something blue. Something blue. It's something blue.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Susan. So our words are creative, and we have the opportunity to give voice to those words. And if there's something that's come up for you in this process today that you'd like to give voice to in front of the group, go ahead and raise your hand, either wave it to me or use the digital reaction button, and we get to bring it with the group. Linda Francis, who called me on the cone of shame language.
What words? Anyway, good morning, everybody. That was very powerful meditation. I appreciate that. And the word that came up for me was freedom. And everybody talks about freedom and, you know, political and all that stuff that's floating around out there. But for me, it's freedom from things, or the freedom to do things, or the freedom to be. And so freedom is the word that keeps coming up. It keeps coming up in the Beyond Limits class for me. It keeps coming up in everything. So it's a big thing for me. And I appreciate that. It came up again and it was very strong today. So thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, freedom is so powerful, because if we're talking about money and we can't do things because we don't have the money, then freedom becomes something about finances. And if somebody's feeling ill health, you know, that their legs aren't working, they can't go for a walk. So freedom is being able to engage in our physicality. Shows up in lots and lots of different ways. Thank you for that. Anybody else? All right, I'm going to cue. Was that Sarah?
I think Carla has her hand up.
Carla, yeah.
There's Carla. Sorry, Carla. Hiding up in the top corner of my screen. Go ahead.
No problem. It's a lot for me today. But, you know, it's funny. I have been, work is busy right now. And I've mentioned up until this service, I have mentioned a number of times that I'm a bit overwhelmed. And at the beginning of the service, I mentioned my spiritual practice. And I have this thing with intentions from Power of 8 and like a practical prayer that I wrote last January, Thinking Beyond Limits. But today I added to it, I am succeeding right now. And that's going to replace this talk about being overwhelmed. And then I also added as one part of the last part, a cone of protection surrounds me. So I'm very, very happy with my ever evolving spiritual practice. And it feels so much better to be succeeding right now than as it was before and being overwhelmed. So thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Carla. That's wonderful. Is that Jane's hand waving? Go ahead, Jane.
Good morning, everybody. So a couple interesting things for me. As Breen had said, you know, my daughter Kendall got into a car accident a week ago. And, you know, totaled her car, and it just, all kinds of things are happening, and things that she created. And, you know, I talked to her last night, and she was just going over the handlebars, you know, with her, and just even the verbiage that she was using. And it was very frustrating for me because, you know, as somebody that has been doing this work for many years now, she just was not open to hearing me say, you know, change your wording, you know, affirm that that only good is going to come out of the situation. And I could actually feel her eyeballs rolling on the other end of the phone. Like, yeah, right, Mom. And so that's a frustrating thing for me because I know that this works, and it's, you know, that's Jack. And then Susan sang the song about mothers and daughters, and it was just sort of like, I just got to let it go. I can do my practical prayer work around the best possible good outcome from this mess that she's made. But it's still frustrating when you're a parent and you know, Bill, like with Max, he actually, you know, came to New Thought for a while, and he still tells me, Mom, I'm doing my practical prayers every day. Like, he understands it. It's so frustrating when you can see it's like right there in front of you. But I appreciate that. It was a good service today. So thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Yeah. And one way or another, Kendall will learn it or not at her own pace, and, you know, either resist the lessons that she could pick up from her brother or not. Can lead the horse to water, as they say. Sandy.
Yes, the offering affirmation. New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps us fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We're grateful for every way you share. We don't have a basket today, but there is a donate button on the website to make a donation by credit card or PayPal. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. The offering affirmation is on the screen, and we'll say it together. I live
in
an
an
abundant
universe.
I am one
with the infinite source of all
good. I am a center of prosperity. I enjoy the richness of life. I bless my gift. I share my gift with gratitude and joy. I know that as I give, I do receive.
So it is. Amen.
Okay, let's exercise our mute buttons one more time. Everybody except Susan. Actually, you got to exercise your mute button one more time so you can turn yours on and do one more song for us.
The heart beats, oh my goodness, one more time. The heart beats louder than, oh, I'm in the wrong key. Give me just a second. That's why it felt so ridiculously high. There we go. The heart beats louder than the dollar, shines light in a world gone darker, draws joy in permanent marker. Work hard, but love harder. Father Time's got a job to do, punches in his time card that he's coming for you. You pray pray to Saint Joe for that 9 to 5. You should be praying to Saint Valentine. The heart beats louder than the dollar, shines a light in a world gone darker, draws joy in permanent marker. Work hard, but love harder. Hug your kids and call your mother. Be grateful and be kind to others. Kiss more, laugh more, just for starters. Work hard, but love harder. You get so lost in your daily grind, you forget that there ain't no second time around. 20, 30, 40 years fly through. Suddenly you're wondering where'd your dreams get to. The heart beats louder than the dollar, shines a light in a world gone darker, draws joy in permanent marker. Work hard, but love harder. Hug your kids and call your mother. Be grateful and be kind to others. Kiss more, laugh more, just for starters. Work hard, but love harder. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Be a friend, don't be a martyr. Make mistakes, they'll make you smarter. Take your life and turn it up louder. Work hard, but love harder. Hug your kids and call your mother. Be grateful and be kind to others. Kiss more, laugh more, just for starters. Work hard, but love harder. Work hard, but love harder. Work hard, but love harder.
Thank you, Susan. I got my Sharpie out because what a great line. Joy writes in permanent marker. Absolutely beautiful. You're going to have to come back and visit us again sometime. It has been wonderful having you here, Susan.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure. You all are wonderful. What a great way to spend a Sunday.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We are going to close once again with a joyous cacophony. So go ahead and unmute your microphone and repeat after me. I am love.
I am
love. I am light.
I am
light.
I work hard.
I work hard.
I love harder.
I love harder.
And my light shines.
And my
light shines.
And so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Yay.
Yay, how awesome.
Oh, fun.
Another fabulous Sunday.
Yes.
beautiful.
Good stuff.
Mm.
Yep.
Susan, how did you come to find us, or how did we find you?
I know Bill's wonderful wife. She actually brought me in. I performed at the Bethlehem Music Fest.
Okay.
So yeah, so we've known each other a really long time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What took her so long? I have to talk to Dina.
I know. What a wonderful addition. Thank you for your great gift.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
What a wonderful
really
group.
beautiful. Really beautiful.
Really fun for me too. So thank you. Especially these days where, we're just inside. So sharing music in any way with anyone I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody.
Oh.
There he is.
The
There he
cone
is.
of protection.
For all of her.
The cone of silence.
Little dude. It is now.
So how does he eat? Do you have to take